Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to be looking into the future of hiring.
Yeah, really interesting how AI is already starting to impact the hiring process.
It is. We've got some sources here that suggest it could even like lead to the death of traditional software.
Right, right. Like Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, he's saying that applications as we know them they're on their way out.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, instead of apps, we're going to be interacting with an intelligent agents, Like they'll handle tasks and manage data directly.
So instead of like logging into Salesforce to update a customer record, you just tell your AI to do it.
Exactly. Think about like generating reports or scheduling meetings, maybe even doing some data analysis for business decisions.
Huh. That's wild. So there's this company, Clara, a fintech company, and they're already doing this. They've actually replaced Salesforce and Workday with their own AI solutions.
I know, right? Their AI assistant is already handling like 2/3 of their customer service chats, and they say it's not just faster, it's also available, 24/7.
That's amazing. But is this a sign of things to come, or is Clara just an outlier?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, some experts like the venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, they think AI will transform the software landscape, but they also think that companies like Salesforce, with their massive customer base, might adapt and just, integrate AI into their existing products.
Okay, that makes sense.
But then you have other folks like the AI Daily Brief, and they think custom AI solutions will become so cheap and efficient that they could disrupt the entire SaaS model as we know it.
It's a fascinating debate for sure.
Yeah.
And the outcome is going to have a huge impact on the future of work. Like if companies could just build their own AI solutions, they might not even need those traditional software providers anymore.
Exactly. And that brings us to like the impact on hiring itself.
Right. Nadella even predicts that in the future, people will be hired based on like the agents and workflows they've created.
Like bringing your own toolbox to the job, right? But instead of hammers and screwdrivers, you're bringing intelligent agents that show off your skills and problem-solving abilities.
So like your resume wouldn't just be job titles and responsibilities anymore. It'd be a showcase of the amazing AI agents you built.
Exactly. One source even called it a basket of agents, a collection of tools that shows your ability to automate tasks, analyze data, and just create value.
So if you're in sales, instead of just saying, I'm good at generating leads, you could actually have an AI agent that does the lead generation for you.
Right. It's like bringing your skills to life. And it's not just about showing off like technical ability. These agents need to be designed with real business logic in mind. So understanding business processes and how to create AI solutions that deliver results, that becomes really valuable.
So it's not just about coding skills. It's about understanding how businesses work, figuring out what can be automated, and then designing AI that makes a difference. That's a whole different way of thinking about your skill set.
Absolutely. And this shift, it's not just for tech companies. This is going to impact every industry you can think of, from healthcare to education to manufacturing.
Wow. So if AI can automate all these tasks in sales, customer service, marketing, even finance,
Right.
then basically every company is going to be looking for people who can build and manage AI agents.
It's a total paradigm shift, and it's going to change the way we think about work, skills, and hiring.
Okay, I need a minute to process all this.
Yeah.
We've gone from the death of software to AI agents as resumes.
We're just getting started. The implications of this shift are huge, and it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out.
I am definitely curious to hear more. Let's dive into some specific examples of how this might work in different industries and jobs.
Sounds good. I think our listeners are probably wondering how AI could change their careers and the skills they need to thrive in this new world. So let's start with sales, because sales is like, definitely an area that's ripe for disruption with AI. Imagine AI agents, right? And they're handling all those repetitive tasks that sales development reps, SDRs, they spend hours on stuff like prospecting, researching leads, and scheduling meetings.
So instead of like an SDR manually searching for potential clients and sending out like generic emails,
Yeah.
you're saying their AI agent could be like scouring the web for qualified leads and then writing personalized messages and even like booking meetings right on their calendar.
Exactly. And that frees up the human sales reps, right? So they can focus on the higher level tasks like building relationships, really understanding complex customer needs,
Yeah.
and closing those deals. It's all about, augmenting those human capabilities, not replacing them.
Yeah, it's like giving every sales rep a superpowered assistant that never sleeps and can just like analyze mountains of data to find the best leads.
Right.
But what about the SDRs themselves? Like, are those roles just going to become obsolete?
It's a good question. I mean, some SDR tasks, yeah, they'll probably be automated, but the role itself, it could evolve. So instead of like manually prospecting, SDRs might focus on training and managing their AI agents, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, analyzing the data that those agents generate, and learning how to integrate those AI insights into the whole sales process.
So it's like the future of sales might have fewer SDRs doing what they do now, but then this new kind of sales professional emerges, right? Someone who understands AI and data analytics, but also those traditional sales skills, like a hybrid role.
Yeah, exactly. And this trend isn't just limited to sales either. Like, think about customer service. AI chatbots are already handling those basic inquiries, which frees up human agents to deal with more complex issues. Or marketing. AI can personalize content, automate social media posts, and even analyze, campaign performance. So marketers can focus on strategy and creativity.
It really seems like every role has the potential to be reshaped by AI in some way. But is this going to lead to like massive job losses?
It's a concern, definitely. And it's important to, approach this transition carefully. I think the key is to focus on upskilling, right? Reskilling the workforce so people have the skills they need to thrive in this AI-powered world.
So instead of being afraid of AI, like as this job-stealing monster, we should see it as an opportunity to learn new skills and even, create new kinds of jobs that we can't even imagine yet.
Exactly. Remember, AI is a tool. It's up to us to decide how we use it. And if we use it wisely, it can create more opportunities, increase productivity, and ultimately, lead to a better future for everyone.
That's a good point. This whole conversation has really shifted my perspective on the future of work. But one thing I've been thinking about is how this all impacts the system of record. Like that central hub where companies store all their customer data.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Traditionally, the system of record has been very, text heavy, names, addresses, purchase history, that kind of stuff. But AI is pushing it to become much richer and more multimodal.
Multimodal. Okay, now I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So imagine a system that includes not just text, but also images, right? Videos, voice recordings, social media activity, even sentiment analysis. It's like a much more complete picture of the customer than we've ever had before.
Okay, so instead of just seeing like a list of past purchases, a sales rep could access a video of a customer's previous interaction with a company, or even like analyze their social media posts to understand their interests and preferences.
Exactly. This kind of rich data, it just provides so much context, and it allows for a level of personalization and a customer understanding that was just like impossible before.
It seems like it would also kind of blur the lines between departments, right? So sales, marketing, and customer service would all have access to this like comprehensive view of the customer, which would allow for much more collaboration.
Absolutely. It could lead to more fluid, data-driven, go-to-market strategies, and a truly customer-centric approach for the entire organization.
This is all so exciting, but it also feels like a bit overwhelming. It's a lot to like wrap your head around.
Yeah, I get it. It's a lot to take in, and things are constantly changing. But, one thing that stays the same is the importance of human skills. Even with all this, like AI-powered automation, it's still humans who drive strategy, build relationships, and make those really important decisions.
So while technical skills are essential for building and managing AI agents, we also can't forget about those core human skills, like communication, critical thinking, and problem solving. They almost become more important in this new world, right?
I couldn't agree more. The future of work is all about finding that right balance between human ingenuity and AI capabilities. Like, how can we use the power of technology to amplify our strengths, not replace them?
That actually reminds me of another point our sources brought up, the idea of distribution in this new era of AI-powered solutions. Like, it's one thing to build a great AI agent, but how do you actually get it into the hands of the people who need it?
Right, that's a great point. Building AI is becoming more accessible, but actually getting those solutions to market, that's still a challenge. Established companies like Salesforce, they have a huge advantage because they already have those vast distribution networks, established customer relationships, and strong brand recognition.
So even if a startup develops a fantastic AI-powered sales tool, it still has to convince companies to switch from those familiar, trusted solutions that they already use, like Salesforce.
Exactly. Building a great product is only half the battle. You also need to reach your target market, build trust, and show why your solution is better than the alternatives.
So distribution could be the make or break factor for a lot of AI startups, even if their technology is amazing.
It's definitely a key factor to consider. And here's where things get really interesting. AI could actually disrupt traditional distribution models.
How so?
Imagine AI agents that can identify potential customers, tailor marketing messages specifically for them, and even negotiate deals on their own. It's a whole new level of automation and personalization in the sales and marketing process.
So AI could not only change the products and services being offered, but also the way those products and services are marketed and sold. Wow, that's a game changer.
Exactly. This creates a whole new landscape where startups with these innovative AI-powered distribution strategies might be able to compete more effectively with those established giants.
My mind is officially blown. We've gone from the death of software to AI agents as resumes to AI disrupting distribution itself.
And we're just scratching the surface. The impact of AI on hiring, work, and the entire business landscape is huge, and it's all still unfolding. It's a really dynamic and exciting time to be following these developments.
It definitely is. But before we get too caught up in the future, let's bring it back down to earth for a minute. Our listener will be thinking, okay, this is all very interesting, but what does it mean for me right now?
That's a great point. Let's shift gears and talk about some practical takeaways, some actionable insights for individuals and companies who are trying to navigate this whole AI-driven transformation. What can our listeners do today to prepare for this future?
Okay, so we've talked a lot about how AI could totally change everything from job roles to entire industries.
Yeah.
But let's get practical here. What can our listener do right now to prepare for this future?
Well, the good news is our sources have some really great advice. First and foremost, it's all about continuous learning. Those skills that are super in demand today, they might be totally outdated tomorrow. So staying curious and being able to adapt is key.
So ditch that whole set it and forget it mindset about your skill set and be more think of it like a software update, always downloading the latest patches and upgrades.
Exactly. And a lot of sources are really emphasizing this growing importance of AI literacy. Even if you're not a programmer, even understanding the basics of how AI works, that's going to be so valuable.
So brushing up on things like machine learning, natural language processing.
Yeah, absolutely. There are tons of resources online, courses you can take, even free tools to just experiment with. Don't get scared off by the technical jargon. Just start with the fundamentals and go from there.
Okay, continuous learning and AI literacy. Got it.
Yeah.
Anything else our listener can do to future-proof their skill set?
Data fluency is another big one. AI relies heavily on data, right? So being able to understand data, interpret it, work with it, that's going to be more and more important, I think, across all kinds of roles.
So even if you're not a data scientist, having some basic understanding of data analysis and data visualization, that could make you a much more valuable asset to any team.
Exactly. And don't forget about the human element. I mean, AI is great at automating tasks, crunching numbers, but it's still humans who are driving strategy, building relationships, and making those tough judgment calls.
Right. So those soft skills like communication, collaboration, problem solving, they actually become even more important as AI takes on more of those routine tasks.
Absolutely. The future of work is all about this partnership between humans and AI. And those who can bridge that gap effectively, they're going to be in high demand.
It's like we're all becoming these conductors orchestrating this symphony of human and artificial intelligence to get the best outcome.
That's a great way to put it. And speaking of outcomes, remember we talked about how AI could shift pricing models from those per seat licenses to an outcome-based model?
Oh, yeah. That was a mind-blowing concept. So instead of paying for software based on how many users you have, you might pay based on the results that software actually delivers.
Exactly. And this changes how we think about our own value, right? Instead of just selling our time or skills, we need to start thinking about the outcomes we can deliver for our clients, our employers.
So it's not just I'm a good salesperson. It's I can use my AI-powered lead generation agent to help you increase sales by X%. It's a totally different way of presenting your skills and what you bring to the table.
It's a subtle shift, but it's important. Focus on the value you create, the problems you solve, and how you can use AI to really amplify your impact.
This has been such an incredible deep dive into the future of hiring.
Yeah.
We've explored everything from the potential death of traditional software to AI agents becoming the new resume and the importance of, constantly learning new skills and becoming fluent in data. What's the one key takeaway you really want our listener to walk away with?
I think the most important thing is don't be afraid of the future. Embrace it. AI is a powerful tool. It has the potential to really transform our lives, both professionally and personally. And by staying curious, being adaptable, really focusing on learning new things, you can not only survive, but thrive in this exciting new world of AI.
So don't just watch the AI revolution happen. Jump in and be a part of it. Start building those skills, that mindset that will make you an essential part of the future of work.
Absolutely. And remember, we're all in this together, right? So let's face these challenges and all the amazing opportunities that are coming with a spirit of collaboration and really commit to using AI for good.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
No.
And with that, I think we'll wrap up this deep dive. It's clear the future of hiring is going to be unlike anything we've seen before. AI agents, automated workflows, a whole new way of looking at our skills and value, it's all coming. The question is, are you ready? Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.